it's Matt. Thanks so much for joining us online. It's been great hanging out with you again. Today we're continuing our journey through the life of Joseph, where he was under a lot of pressure to interpret Pharaoh's dream. No big deal, right? Wrong. Pharaoh was only the most powerful dude in all of Egypt. Nevertheless, we'll learn that even when the pressure's on, you can trust that God is with you. So let's stand and let's sing.
Everywhere that I go, you're there with me. Even in the night when I cannot see, I know you're by my side and I will be just fine. Oh God, you're always good to me. I wanna say thank you, thank you. I will live my life to praise you, and lift you high. Every night and day, I'll follow in your ways. I wanna say thank you, thank you. I wanna say thank you, God. Every breath that I take, you give to me. Every brand new day is a blessing. I know you're by my side and I will be just fine. Oh God, you're always good to me. I wanna say thank you. I will live my life to praise you, and lift you high. Every night and day, I'll follow in your ways. I wanna say thank you. I wanna say thank you, God. I wanna say thank you for mercy and kindness, for grace that is endless, love and forgiveness. I wanna say thank you for mercy and kindness, for grace that is endless, love and forgiveness. I wanna say thank you. I will live my life to praise you, and lift you high. Every night and day, I'll follow in your ways. I wanna say thank you. I wanna say thank you, God. I wanna say thank you, God. I wanna say thank you, God.
Now let's watch week 4 of our So and So show and see what Brandon and John are up to. And as always, we cannot forget Bible story time with the bro with the fro, Kellen.
Hey man, what are you doing?
Making gorp.
Oh.
It's a traditional snack mix hikers use. It's made with granola, raisins, some dried fruit, and some chocolate. you know.
Yeah, I was about to do the same thing.
Oh, okay, cool. Have a seat. What's that for?
It's for my gorp. Yeah, so, old family recipe. First you start with a plate of homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you grab a lemon meringue pie.
Oops. A pie?
Yeah, oh yeah, and you need iron as well. Yeah, don't worry about it, it's not all sweets, cause I also have some sweet and sour chicken. Yeah. And some spaghetti with meat sauce, not marinara. You need protein on these long hikes. Right there. Oh! Need bread for sandwiches. So you just take about half a loaf. Hey, can you hold this for me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 extra large pizza. Pepperoni. Oh, yeah. That goes all in there. Oh. 1 leaf of lettuce. And bottle of antacids, for heartburn. Yeah.
All right, there's...
Then you shake it all
Okay.
up like this. You gotta mix it all up. Yeah. Look at that. You got yourself some gorp.
There's no way you're gonna eat that on a hike.
Look at that. It's cookie pizza. Oh, man.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brandon.
And I'm John.
And you are watching The So-and-So Show.
That's right, a show hosted by a couple of so-and-sos.
That's us.
That dares to talk about the things that matter most in life.
Like God, or personal character.
And flotation devices. Like this one.
What?
And your own personal life raft. Come on. Hurry up. Yeah, that's great. Get out of here. Oh, and scuba gear. Oh.
John, what are you doing?
Preparing for our next hiking trip.
Okay, but you realize our next hiking trip is on land, right?
Yes, Brandon, I do. What Brandon is failing to mention to all of you is that our next hiking trip is overseas. And in order to get to the hiking trip, we have to take a boat.
Actually, a cruise ship.
Yes, a big boat. And, well, boats make me a little nervous.
Wait, you never told me that.
Well, I've never been on one, but the idea of it makes me nervous.
Well, there's really no need to be. They're a very safe way to travel.
Well, then why is it that everybody says they're awful?
Most people love them.
But there's water.
It's a boat.
And buffets, which leads to germs.
Okay.
Sharks.
Not on the boat.
Underneath, lurking.
Okay, I see we're having a hard time with this boat thing. Would you rather fly?
And leave the ground entirely? Yeah. I think not gravity.
Right, well, maybe our next guest can ease some of your worries.
We have someone who knows stuff?
We have someone who knows stuff, so please welcome someone who knows stuff.
All aboard! Welcome to our boat that's surrounded by a moat we call the ocean. We're happy we can host your trip away from the coast in slow motion. You can eat all day, throw your cares away, 'cause we're here to say we've got you covered. There's no need to fear any icebergs here or a big glacier because of sonar. Welcome to our boat that's surrounded by a moat we call the ocean.
Wow!
That was great. Come on over, have a seat.
Yes, come here.
That was fantastic.
Yes, who are you and what do you know?
My name is Tammy Flugler, and I am the Chief Entertainment Officer and Coordinator on a cruise ship.
What, on a cruise ship? I thought you were from a Broadway musical.
Well, instead of going to Broadway, we bring Broadway to the open seas.
Yeah, Tammy, I think what you did was amazing, but I thought we were supposed to have the captain of the cruise ship on board today.
Well, she couldn't make it.
Oh.
She was busy.
Oh.
Driving the boat.
Oh!
Hey, settle a debate I'm having with my friend.
We're not having a debate.
We're having a debate.
No, we're not.
This is what a debate is.
Oh,
This
okay.
is okay. When he goes on a cruise, he doesn't need, all of this stuff, right?
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
See?
why?
Well, first of all, every boat has its own set of safety equipment and safety procedures and employees to help out passengers in case of emergency.
See, there's a possibility of an emergency. See, so why don't you wear all this stuff when you're working?
Well, first of all, it would be very difficult to sing and dance while wearing all of this. And second, I trust the captain. I trust the boat we're on.
You just trust them.
Sure. Listen, if I worried about everything that might go wrong, I would be awful at my job, and I would be terrified every time I stood on that boat. Plus, I wouldn't be able to do this. Or even this. Or even this. Big finish. Lights. When you're on a boat that's designed to float, that's no antidote for paranoia. Just trust the crew, they'll look out for you. We know what to do when lifeboats deploy ya. Welcome to our boat that's surrounded by a moat we call the ocean.
Wow.
Man, she was talented.
Yeah. Maybe I don't need all this gear.
Maybe.
No, you're right. I probably need more.
No, I think it's time we see what Kellen's talking about today.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's horrible. Oh, it's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey fellas, how you doing?
Great.
What's going on there?
We're going on a boat.
Oh,
What you talking about today, Kellen?
well, all month long, we've been talking about an amazing guy named Joseph.
Oh, right, the guy who got the fancy coat from his dad
But his brothers threw him down a well in a fit of
and
jealousy,
ended up selling him into slavery.
where he was falsely accused of a crime,
Then thrown into prison where he interpreted the dreams of 2 fellow inmates.
where one lived.
And the other didn't.
Yeah, that Joseph.
What about him?
Well, there's more to the story.
There's more?
Yeah, and today, I'm gonna tell the story with my own version of an unboxing video.
Wow, that sounds really weird.
Thanks. And now, without further ado, I'm proud to unbox the story of Joseph interpreting Pharaoh's dream. Joseph was in prison. One day, the jailer showed up. He said,
Joseph, Pharaoh is having bad dreams. His wine taster said that you can interpret them. Pharaoh wants to see you.
so he brought Joseph out of jail and cleaned him up. Once he was presentable, Joseph was taken to the Pharaoh's throne room, where Joseph came face to face with Pharaoh. Pharaoh said,
I've been having disturbing dreams, and none of my advisors can interpret them. My wine taster said you could.
I can't do it, but God will give you the answer you want.
even in the middle of this incredibly tense moment, Joseph gave credit to God. God was with him and could work through him. I think that's pretty amazing. So Pharaoh tells his two dreams to Joseph. In one dream, he saw 7 fat, healthy cows drinking from the Nile River. But suddenly, 7 thin, sickly cows came up and ate them. The second dream Pharaoh had was similar.
7 healthy stalks of grain were eaten up by 7 weak stalks of grain.
Then with God's help, Joseph told Pharaoh what his dreams meant.
Egypt will have 7 years of abundant food, followed by 7 years of no food.
So Joseph suggested to the Pharaoh,
Put someone in charge of storing up food during the 7 good years, so that when the 7 bad years hit, Egypt will have enough food to live off of and be able to sell food to other countries.
the end. Well, not really the end, just the end of this part of the story.
Wow. So Joseph became one of the most powerful people in Egypt?
Finally, some good news for Joseph.
Yeah.
Yep, but you know something? No matter where he was, whether he was sold into slavery or in jail or standing before Pharaoh, Joseph could trust God was with him.
That is awesome.
And not just Joseph. Think of the disciples of Jesus. They risked their lives to tell the whole world about what Jesus did for us. They could trust God was with them too. And when we follow Jesus, we can trust God is with us because Jesus promised to always be with us to the very end.
So cool, Kellen. Thank you so much.
Hey, it's what I do. Ooh, I have some cleaning up to do. See you guys.
So, what'd you think of the story?
I'll show you what I think.
Oh. Okay, while he's doing that, reveal the question.
Yeah, reveal the thing.
Okay. What do you need to trust God with right now?
Well, I know I need to trust him with my fear of large boats.
Seems important.
It is, but if Joseph can make it through what he made it through with God, I think I can manage a ride on a boat.
Excellent. And what about you? What do you need to trust God with right now? Talk about it with each other.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time on the So-and-So Show.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, boys, let's see some kicks. Eat all day, throw your cares away. That's no antidote for paranoia. Just trust the crew. We'll look out for you. Together, what to do.
If lifeboats deploy ya.
Welcome to our boat that's around surrounded by a moat we call the ocean. Let me see some arms together.
Are we doing the waving hands or just this?
Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah. This is our big break. This is our big break.
From the pit to prison and to the palace, God was with Joseph every step of the way. And guess what, preteen? If you know Jesus, God's promises to never leave you or forsake you. He promises to be with you wherever you go. As you are practicing social distancing because of the coronavirus, you may feel super lonely. In these times, remember that God is with you. Consider Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. He was betrayed by Judas Iscariot, denied 3 times by Peter, deserted by his closest friends, and for a brief moment, he was abandoned by his Father as he died on the cross alone for you and me, so that we would never have to be alone. He was forsaken that we could be forgiven friends of God. One of my favorite parts of the story of Joseph is when he flat out tells Pharaoh that he can't interpret his dream. I cannot do it, Joseph replied to Pharaoh, but God will give Pharaoh the answer he desires. I love this. Joseph is basically saying, I can't, but God can through me. I can't interpret your dream, Pharaoh, but God will tell me what it all means. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 tells us that if we are to trust in the Lord, then we can't lean on our own understanding and rely on our own strength. As Christians, we need to repeat after Joseph, I can't, but God can. I can't spend time with Jesus. I'd rather just binge on Netflix, but God can help me dive into His Word and prayer. I can't bring food over to my neighbor. What if I get infected with coronavirus? But God can help me love my neighbor and selflessly serve them. I can't watch Prestonwood worship services online. Don't they know how much homework I have? But God can help me to love my church and grow closer to Jesus every single day. So preteen, what is your I can't, but God can? Ask yourself this week, what do you need to trust God with right now? Love you, praying for you, and we'll see you later.